Hey guys, so I'm gonna go and do a video for you guys, and I think that I prefer talking on the love stack, but I felt like the camera angle was I don't know, it's like all over the place, and then probably you couldn't hear something, so I'm just gonna go and say it here. But I prefer talking on my love stack, to be honest. But I think that the camera angle, you guys can see me more and hear me more. And I do have my earbuds, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go and see if you guys can hear me better this way. I know how important audio is and light is from my understanding, so I am really trying my best to put in the best lighting and for right now of what I have, and audio that I can do for you guys. But I'm gonna go over something, and I'm gonna go and just let you guys know that this is just my opinion, I guess, and it's just information in general, so it's nothing to really go and think to take personally and all that. I'm just saying, generally, this is what I have learned in life pretty much, and I just wanted to go over it and how you can apply it into the real world and all that. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I do have a long video up. It took 2 whole days to go and get this up, guys, because it was so long, but I just wanted it out there, so that way if you were curious about my intentions or curious about me as an entrepreneur and what I'm trying to strive for pretty much. But this video is more about generally on something that I have figured throughout life, and so I'm gonna go right into it. Okay, so for this kind of concept, don't take this personally, guys. This is just what I've learned and how I think I can help people out pretty much. And I think that some people may get upset and take it personally, but honestly, I'm not here throwing jabs at anybody here, okay? But I did this previous video on TikTok, and I split it up into 4 videos because I think it was 4 or 5 videos because it was just so much information. But since YouTube is allowing long videos, then I could do it in 1 video, guys. So for the first thing is, for this topic, I wanted to discuss that throughout life, I have learned that there are certain types of people. So how I view this is what I've learned is that there's 4 types of people in this world, and I feel that if after you watch this video and maybe you have to replay it again, you might realize this in people. I don't know, but this is just what I have realized in different people, and these 4 groups, you can almost categorize every single person in this system that I have created. So pretty much the 4 groups are there's different types of people. So there's tier 1 people, and as you go through life, you as a child, you're not going to pick this up, but you're going to pick it up maybe a little later or after this video and all that, or you're going to listen and then have it in the back of your mind, and this is going to it's going to remind you guys of what I've said. So the tier 1 people generally are people that I guess what you would call is lazy, or don't do that much, or they just sit around and all that, and they don't really it's not like they do anything bad or whatever, and it's just they're just what you would say lazy or don't get much done and all that. And I know that there could be different factors of why that is, but I'm just saying, in general, there's a certain group of people that I've met where some people are just really lazy, and that's just who they are as people. And then that's just how they are. They don't go after anybody. They just sit there pretty much. And what I've noticed, they're not bad people or whatever, but what I've noticed is that they go and on the negative side of this, a lot of them are moochers. Moocher is someone that goes and takes resources from other people that they know that this certain person has resources that they want, and then they'll take. Basically is what a moocher is. And at first, if you are at the beginning stages of life, you won't pick this up, but later on you will realize that there's a certain group of people that they're moochers, and they just take, and they never go and give anything back, pretty much. And these types of people can really destroy some people and all that, but it's just, I wanted to go say this so that way possibly if you have if you notice any of these kind of traits, then you know what to do. So mainly these types of people, they'll just go and mainly they won't complain about other people, but they'll just complain about their situation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And they have this certain mentality in their head, oh, it's everybody else's fault, but not my fault. And then they'll go and they have this image in their head that they're this perfect being. And when they say a certain situation, they make it act as if that they did everything right and all that, and everybody else did everything wrong, pretty much, is the way they phrase things in story form, pretty much. And they'll twist things around. And at first, most people will go and believe it because they have no other kind of way to verify what they're saying, and so they'll believe it. But over time, they'll be seeing these patterns where they go and constantly go and say, oh, I'm this perfect being and everybody else's fault, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's just, and then you'll see them just sitting on the couch and eating ice cream all day, or they'll go and just not do anything to help themselves out, pretty much. And they just, watch TV all day, or they'll go and do something that's really unproductive, that's really not helping their situation out, period. And they'll go and take whatever resources that you have available, pretty much. And so I just, throughout life, I have realized that in some people. And, some people will try to change them. And sometimes they just never want to change. And that's just something you have to accept. And something that I have learned with tier 1 type of people, it's best to just leave them alone and let them learn life. And most likely these people will mooch off of another person that they know is resourceful, and they'll go and take from someone else. And so essentially kind of like a parasite, I suppose you would say. And they'll, so once the other person realizes it, they'll just go to the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And usually, sometimes they won't learn, sometimes they will, if it's life or death situation possibly, but sometimes they just never learn, and they'll just go to the next one. And you just have to accept that, it make you angry and all that, but you just have to accept that's just who they are as people, and just walk away and don't even interact with them, don't even talk to them, don't even look at them, don't even give them the time of day, pretty much. And something that I've learned is that I used to have this idea in my head that these types of people have great lives and all that, and they'll find someone to take care of them and whatnot, and they'll have this wonderful life. But natural reality, something that I've learned is that if basically we are how we feel inside is basically translated outside world, and these people don't seem to understand this concept, and so they'll just keep doing it, and pretty much, and until possibly they learn. If not, then maybe they won't learn. But pretty much that is something that I've learned. And like, if you can say in your head, oh, these people will change. No, probably not, because like I had to teach myself through my perspective is that I think there's like 8 billion people in this world. So I mean, like, they're going to go and run through all 8 billion people if they can. Like, that's just, and that would be almost impossible in a lifetime to go and, run into all 8 billion people in the world. So, you just have to accept that they are just like that, and it is what it is. And you can go and help them to see their ways by saying like, oh, at this moment in time, you can go and do something to serve yourself and help yourself out, or pretty much. Or just get them to realize what they're doing by just ignoring them and have them learn on their own. So they'll, like, when I say they take up resources, they'll go like, your money, your food, just your inner peace, your just, take whatever that they can, they will take. It's just how they are. They're just parasites kind of people. And something I've learned is just move on and just go and ignore. And just ignore and just move on, and just accept that these people will try to run into all 8 billion people to run up all their resources and keep doing it over and over again. And that's just how they are. So there's tier 1 people, and then there's tier 2 people. Generally, these people are motivated, and they go and talk badly about people, and they'll go and they'll like serve themselves pretty much. And they'll like go and somewhat like take care of themselves, but a lot of their energy goes towards like talking badly about people and making others feel bad and all that. So that way they can have that energy when someone feels bad, then they feel great and all that. And that's kind of like tier 2 people. And a lot of this is in like I guess like in young children and all that, because we just like, we're going through life and all that, and there's like nothing wrong with it. You're going through the stages of life and whatnot, but that's just something that I have realized, that tier 2 type of people go and go and spend all their energy talking badly about people, or thinking about what they don't have and the other have and all that. And it's like, it's just a waste of time, honestly, because at the end of the day, like, there is no rush on having what this or that person has, because we're all going to be dead at the end of the day. And like, no, like, seriously, all the whatever success that other person has, that whatever you're jealous of, honestly, like, it won't matter, because they're not going to be carrying it up and wherever they're dead, so it really is so pointless and mute, to be honest, about go and putting your time and energy into like talking about people, other people and all that. And if you're jealous or talking badly, or thinking about like what they have and you don't, blah blah blah, pretty much. And so I'm just saying that this seems to be tier 2, and they're very motivated, and they get things done and all that, but they just, all their thought process is just thinking about other people than themselves, and trying to like, they are trying to better themselves, but also it's like a half and half kind of situation, when in reality, instead of like thinking about what the other person has or what they're saying, blah blah blah, they like, all that time could be going on just focusing on yourself and serving yourself to better whatever situation whatever you want to make yourself happier and all that. And then tier 3 type of people that I have noticed is that these people are pretty motivated and all that. And I guess what most people would say is called average. And there's nothing wrong with being average and all that. And, it just, like, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, like, tier 3 people is what you would call average. People that go and they don't like, they're motivated, but they don't like talk really bad about people. They more like talk about the weather. They'll just talk about, like, in general kind of things pretty much. And they'll go and try to better their lives, but they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, I guess. And this is kind of what majority of people are, I think. And then the 4th tier type of people are people that kind of more on the line. A lot of their energy kind of goes towards, like, ideas and kind of very forward thinking, I guess you would say. And they go and put all their time and energy in improving whatever this or that kind of thing. And so that is kind of what I realized. And something that I've noticed is that the tier 4 people, they have, like, a certain energy and all that, and it kind of goes and steers others away, I guess. And like, there's nothing wrong with it, and a lot of people can maybe pick it up and will try their best to tear down these types of people and make them feel very small and feel very worthless. And if you have very forward thinking ideas, you just keep it to yourself, because these other 3 groups can go and see it, and they'll go do everything possible to tear them down to the point they feel worthless and all that. And they'll probably fall into the lines of tier 1, 2, or 3 generally. And so that's just kind of what I have noticed, I suppose. So if you go and look into your life of the people that you know, you can probably go and differentiate which one are these types of group of people, what tier are they, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's nothing wrong with being in any of these tiers and whatnot. It's just stages of life, and some people just want to stay in that tier for the rest of their life, and that's cool, whatever. Like, if that's what they want, that's what they want, and all that. And, like, nobody has to be, like, one or the other and all that. And as long as you just go and enjoy life and just focus on that, then whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, these are the 4 tiers that I have noticed. And I've noticed that there are some people that want to get out of the tier but don't know how to get there, pretty much. And there are people that can pick up on this and can do things to help them along the way to be in a higher tier or whatnot if they want to. And so for some people, you just have to accept that they never want to change, and that's fine. Like, let them be. Don't interact with them. You don't need to, like, call them names, whatever the deal is. Like, there's just no point in that. Or go and call them out and all that. But if you notice that these people want to get out of whatever tier, but they just don't know how, and you can just pick up on this, then something that I've noticed to help is that if for tier 1 people, where they just like sit around all day, you can go and encourage them to get out more and spend more time with you, and really really have them go and see their skill sets, pretty much. Because if you're tier 1 and maybe you just don't see your skill sets and what you can produce and what you bring to the table, they just don't know it yet, and or they just don't have that motivation. So to help these people is give them that motivation and all that. So like go and invite them on like some exercise, or if you can tell that they are having interest in this, then bring them out to go and explore that interest. Sometimes they just need that like type of push, I think, to go and explore that interest. And I can, like, I'm one of those people, I can go and tell. Personally, I believe that I can see on which tier people are, and if they want to get out of whatever tier and really go and want to improve their life, or want their ideas out, or want to improve the world and all that. Like, I can just see it. It's just obvious to me. But this is just something that I've noticed in tier 1 people, that they just first, well, it could be a lot of factors like mental things, but also it could also mean just like motivation in general, or they just haven't found the one thing that they love, and so they need to keep exploring. And so other people that can see their potential can go and encourage them to explore this or that, to see their potential and all that. That's just something that I've noticed. And, some key words to help them is to point out what amazing qualities that they have and all that. So, like, I've met some people like this, and they just don't know what amazing qualities that they have. So, they've been told they're lazy and all that, so they're gonna, like, maybe act like that. And so you go and you obviously go and say, hey, you are hardworking when you do this or that. Or, oh, I really see the, like, how great you are, this or that. And so, like, some people, they have this idea in their head, oh, like, I just can't, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you can't, because I've already seen you do this or that pretty much, and I know it's definitely possible. You just have to get yourself up and to do it again, pretty much. And so that's just something that I've noticed. So, like, they'll not want to, like, get out or something. I'm like, dude, you have way more social skills than I do. Like, we're gonna go out and we're gonna have our fun, okay? Like, you got really good social skills. Like, I wish I had those social skills, pretty much is what I would say. And so that is an example of helping someone that wants to get out of tier 1 and they just don't see it. Or you say, oh, I really believe in you. You have all these different qualities that so many people wish that they would have. And it could be like positivity, it could be that they're a really good writer. I've met these people where they're amazing writers, and I'm just like, you should be sharing your work. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand that. And they don't see it. Or they'll think, oh, like, I don't have the social skill. I'm like, you have social skill. You make friends like so easily than a lot of people and all that. And like, I wish I had that ability and all that. So that's kind of something that I have noticed, and the way that I help people that are in that tier 1 group and they just don't know it themselves and all that, or they know it and they feel that they're stuck there. Some people are aware and they just need that extra push. But, even if you do these strategies, sometimes they'll just, it's so ingrained and programmed in their brain to think that way, that, they're stuck in this tier 1 kind of mindset. Just leave them alone, let them go and learn and all that. But don't let them take your resources and everything out of you. It just is not worth it. It's not fun. Tier 2 people are motivated, like I said, and they do go and talk badly about people, or go and find flaws of others and all that, and they go improve their lives, but also they are focusing on other people. And so generally what I would do is I would go and steer that conversation away. So let's say they're like talking badly about so-and-so pretty much, and all their energy and thought process is all their flaws. And so what I kind of do, something that I have learned, is go and go and say the good qualities that this person has. Okay, so like they're talking bad about, let's say for an example, like a random name here, Johnny. Okay, they're saying bad things about Johnny, whatever, and they're saying like all their flaws, blah blah blah, and whatnot, and like laughing at them. And so what you do is you steer that conversation and say, oh, well, Johnny has really good social skills. Like, have you not noticed that? Like, oh my gosh, like I wish I could make friends like that. Like, oh my goodness, like he goes and does this and this and this. Like, have you noticed that? And they'll be like, no. And so you go and point it out to them, and they're like, And so it's a lesson for them to learn that this person has good skills, and that you could learn from them. Pretty much is kind of how I do it. And so sometimes when I do this kind of reprogramming in their brain, sometimes they'll revert back to what the heck is wrong with Johnny, pretty much. But sometimes they'll go and revert the conversation of where I'm trying to go for, or they'll go and pick on someone else, whatever that is. And if they go and just continue just putting all their time and energy, and it's so pointless, like this conversation, it's just a waste of time, then just walk away, move on, and all that. Like, you did your teaching moment, and if they didn't get it, just whatever, they just didn't learn. And if they want to go and think about what the heck is wrong with this or that person, then whatever, so be it. Let them go and do that, and just walk away, and you go and do your own thing. But I'm just saying, like, to help them out, go and make it a teaching moment for them, and have them like notice their skills and all that. And pretty much you could instead try to revert the conversation and go and tell whoever you're talking to, like if it's a coworker, let them know what skill sets that they have, because maybe they feel a very lack of apparent, like if they're picking on Johnny and whatnot, like obviously something bothers them about Johnny. It's about within themselves. So go and revert that conversation and be like, hey, like, I noticed that in you, like, you have all these great qualities. Like, let's go and talk about that instead. And, and it'll just change it or something. And so, pretty much that is how I kind of go and change that conversation and make it into more of a teaching moment and all that, than just, go and put all your time and energy and finding flaws in everyone else and thinking you're this perfect being, whatnot. In actual reality, all it is hurting you and really, putting you in this sour mood and all that. Because, I've actually been through this kind of atmosphere where I've been in situations where coworkers will go and talk badly about the whom or whatever, this and that kind of person. And honestly, they're only saying it because they just see the potential that they see in that person and just want to like tear them down and all that and make themselves feel about it. Really, that is the entire point they're doing. And it's just very pointless, honestly. And then all it does is make both parties like feel bad. And then if Johnny overhears, then it's going to make him feel bad. Like, it's really not helping the situation here. Just go and steer that conversation away and go and point out the great things that Johnny has, whatever, or whatever kind of skills that they have or all that. And then, or whoever you're talking to, go and point out the great things that they have within themselves and all that, because maybe they just don't see it themselves. And honestly, if they're going and complaining about like Johnny's clothes, whatever that is, then honestly, they're really their clothes bother them. Like, it's just so pointless, guys. But yeah, that's just something that I have learned to help with tier 2 kind of people, is to go and steer that conversation away from whatever the heck they're trying to say, all this negative bad stuff, and trying to go and make others think that this person is bad, blah blah blah, and trying to get an entire group to go and think this certain way. Honestly, like, guys, like, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of like time out of your hands to go and try to like make an entire group think badly about this one person. Like, it just is so pointless, honestly, and so like all it is just damaging you, and it really just it's just so pointless, guys. Like, oh my god, like when you go and watch it from like the outside in and all that, you're like, wow, all you can do is just laugh. To be honest, it's just laughable, because this person is trying to get like this entire group of people to think a certain way about this one person. Like, really? Like, eventually the truth is going to come out, and if this one person like keeps on doing it over and over again, like, they're just gonna look crazy, and if anything, people are gonna laugh at that person. Like, it just is so pointless. But yeah, and then like tier 3 people, people are that go and they go about their day, talk about the weather and whatnot, just in general about life, and pretty motivated. They go and focus on their life, blah blah blah, but they want to go and get out there more about their ideas, or to go and improve their life or and better the world. I've met several people like this, and I've seen very high potential people in all 3 of these categories. Like, I can definitely see it, and they want to get out. And so something that I help them do that is, the tier 3 people, they're very much in their comfort zone. And so what I would go and, encourage them like to explore, to get out of their comfort zone, and, having like a buddy to do it is not as scary. And so they'll go out and do whatever. And if you can tell that they want to go and explore on how to share their ideas, or to go and help them get their ideas out, or to, do whatever their passion is, or, changing their life, then you go and encourage them and point out the great things that they have within them. Pretty much is how I have noticed. So that is something that I've learned. And so doing like affirmations, sending them things, or say like, oh, there's this book I read, I really recommend you reading it. And so maybe they'll go out and venture out and do that and all that. So that's just something that I have noticed, and point out to them that the great qualities that they have. And generally these people, tier 3 people have found out what they're really good at, and they have a good idea of who they are as people, and they are they know what, like, on like focusing on what their skill sets are. And so maybe they want to go encourage them to work on that specific skill set even more so. I think that's what it is. And so that's kind of what I have really noticed in people and all that. And they are more, they just pretend to be like the general, but natural reality, like, you can really see it, like, you really, like, you can tell. And so they just need that extra push to get them out of the comfort zone, would be the best way to go and have them notice, or have go and suggest them to work on a specific skill set and all that. That's something that I have noticed in tier 3 people. They generally know themselves pretty well, and they know what they're good at and whatnot. And, they made a good living for themselves, whatnot. But they want to get out and all that. And so you got to encourage them. And if they don't believe that they can get out, then you show other people that have done whatever that they want to do and feel it's not possible. Then you show other people that have done something similar, and made something successful. So for an example, if you have a friend that wants to do coaching or something like that, then you go and show your friend that, hey, like, this person does coaching and they're highly successful. They don't have the degree that you have and all that. Like, no, like, you show them, like, look, it, like, the evidence is right here. And you show them, like, plenty, like 15 of them, of all these successful people. And I'm like, okay, so if your friend wants to do coaching, then what you say is like, okay, well, you can put your own spin on it. So let's say, like, your friend is so good at, like, I don't know, like, understanding health or whatnot. Because, like, each coach is very, like, different in how they do it, because everybody's different on how they approach things. And so, like, there's so many different methods to go and do it and all that. Like, it, not everyone's doing the same, obviously, because everyone's different skill sets and all that. So coaching just is, it's a wide umbrella pretty much. And so, like, someone's take could be just like health conscious kind of coaching vibe, or like, and we'll be like, well, other people are doing it. Okay, well, let's focus a little more. Okay, well, maybe you focus on, like, when it comes to health, what does that mean? Maybe you only focus on, like, a certain group of people, like people that are poverty stricken, or you only focus on people that are fat, or you only focus on people that are of whatever situation that they're in. So kind of in that way is how you could go and help them out to get out of that tier 3 kind of group and all that. And then, so the tier 4 people, generally they really stick out like a sore thumb pretty much. And these people get made fun of like nobody's business and all that. And, like, really have like a really rough time in life. And they, others go and, make sure that they are, and so that way they stay in their one of these 3 lanes pretty much. And so pretty much that's just something that I've noticed. So people that are very, like, I can just tell who are high potential people. But they just don't know it and all that. And we all have potential and all that. And we all want to, like, go and do as much as possible with the skill sets that we have and all that, or that we know of so far, and we want to explore more. And so generally these tier 4 types of people, they're hiding and all that, and you just gotta go and give them a lot of encouragement from my understanding, and really go and have them see that definitely what they have, what they bring to the table is something incredible. And you go, and what I've noticed is I go and bring imagination to the table. So I'll be like, okay, like, you tell me your idea, and I'm going to have you imagine it, and, like, have them go and see it all panning out pretty much. And and they'll be like, oh my God, like, wow, like, that is possible. I'm like, yes, it is. Like, it is all possible. And so I go and really, like, they'll tell me information about their skill sets. And so I'll take that information of their skill sets. I'm like, okay, like, imagine it go and using these skill sets, and, like, I'll be like, okay, you're really great at art. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and use your art to draw people in. And then, you are great with people. So you, like, everyone's great with people in different ways. That people that are funny, people that can connect, people that are just, very open and all that. And so I'll be like, okay, for an example, like, you are so great with people, but in this sense where you are very good at being open, because some people are not being very open. Funny people, like, sometimes they, it feels like they're out and open, but they're very closed kind of person. But, like, some people that I've met, they're very, like, open and, like, easy to connect. And so I'm like, you have the skill where you are very open person and you can hug anyone on the street. Like me, no, not happening. But some people can do that, and honestly, like, I am jealous that if you can do this. But yeah, and having no issues with it and not making it awkward and whatnot. But yeah, they can just go out on the street and just hug everyone, and it's like not awkward, and like it's this great time and all that. But I'll be like, well, you're so great at like going out and making connections, so you're gonna draw people in by like using your skill on, like, you're great at like hugging or something, and you can just talk to anyone and connect. And so that's how you draw people in. Or if someone is very funny, I'll be like, you're a very funny person, and you go out, crack a joke, they'll laugh, and there's trust and all that. And like in that kind of sense is how I do it. So I have them imagine it, that they're using that skill, or for an example, I don't really know. And then if they are very good at being open with people, they'll draw in, and I'm like, and they'll be like, well, I'm not good at this and this. And I'm like, okay, well then if you need help, then I can send out some resources, and you can go and look into that to go and help you with that. And every skill can be improved, so just look into that. And so that is kind of how I go and help these people that are very high potential people, and all they really need is to imagine them go and using whatever skill set that they have innately, and using that to the max. And if they use it to the max, oh yeah, they'll get very far, because they can just go out and all that. But people that are very high potential people are very go-getters, and they just don't care and all that. They just whatever, a deal pretty much. And so they have no issues on talking to people and all that. And sometimes people that are very like tier 4 people, like full of ideas and all that, but they're very quiet and all that, you just have to go and encourage them to go and socialize and whatnot. Pretty much is how so like if they're too scared to go out, then have them go and like watch movies with you, socializing, or shows, whatever that is, or have them imagine that they're in a bar, whatnot, stuff like in that way and all that. Because I have met a lot of high potential people where they are very like they have so many ideas, and oh my goodness, like they can do some amazing stuff in the world, things that I cannot do. And I'll be like, if you only used it to the max your skill, and they'll be like, I don't have, like, I'm like too scared to go and do all the sales, because that's part of whatever it is, getting your idea out and all that, and you have to do sales. It is what it is. It's a part of it. So they can either learn the social skills or hire someone, and obviously, like, you're not gonna have all of the skill sets to whatever bring out your ideas. So that's why you go and make the connections, so to make up for the things that you don't have, because no one person has everything to get all their ideas out. It just is not possible. And if you go and make connections, everyone has their skill set, something that they're really good at, and so you gotta go and use it to the max, that skill set, to go and make it, if that's what you really want and all that, and improve your life. And so that is why making connections is so important. So if they struggle with that, then they can always go and, figure out various ways to go and make those connections. It doesn't have to be like you go and, go out in this big social event and all. There's other ways to do it and all that, like online and all that, or, VA and all that. So pretty much that's just how I see it and how I help people that are, tier 4. And something that I've noticed that helps is people that I can tell that are very high potential people and all that, they just stick out like a sore thumb. You just know it. And I have very high interest in these people. I can just see it. And so I'll go and try my best to push them to the direction of imagining something, or push them like, I think they'll be really good at this skill set and they just need to go there. And I'll be like, you are good at this and this, and like, I really see, since you're really good at that, I really see you being this really great person doing this. And they'll be like, really? I'm like, yeah, like, I really see it, because you have this and this skill set. So imagine putting those two skill set and doing that skill set. Like, you're doing some magic right there, like, honestly. And so that's kind of how I do it, to help them. And so if you want to really go and help people that, you can see the high potential and they just aren't seeing it, or they just can't get out of whatever tier it is, then, obviously, like, if they have social media, you can follow and figure out the timelines and all that.